Hi, and welcome to your online coach with JoshLebeau.com. I just want to take a moment to talk about diaphragmatic breathing because I hear that term so often and I can't tell you how many people misunderstand what it is. When I ask a client in general what diaphragmatic breathing is, they tend to show me what belly breathing is. I'll show you from the side. They sort of inhale into their belly and exhale out of their belly. So while I understand that that's a beginning concept of diaphragmatic breathing because you're actually contracting the diaphragm muscle in one sense, which is pushing all of your abdominal contents down and making your belly look like it expands, the problem with that is the most of the expansion is in the belly and not in the rib cage up here where the lungs are. So I'm truly looking to expand in my lungs by breathing with my diaphragm. So rather than have to breathe into my belly and then pull it up with my neck, I want to find a way where breathing down into my belly, into my sort of pelvic basin, where breathing down actually gets the air to fill up. And the simple way to do that is to use the abdominal wall correctly to anchor and hold the diaphragm back. So what's happening is, and what I'll do with clients when they show me on the table is when they belly breathe like that, I will hold down their belly with my hands. And I will tell them to try to overcome my hands with that belly breath. And what happens is if I can keep their belly down and they can't overcome it, the air actually pushes up into the rib cage, and you can feel how kind of using something to hold back that belly expansion will actually help to fill the rib cage. So what starts to happen when you do a true diaphragmatic breath is this deep internal oblique, this deep transversus abdominal, actually begin to help pull the rib cage and anchor it back and down. I mean, there's a few other muscular players that are helping to do that, that are helping to pull you back and keep the rib cage down and back in this position, so that when I inhale, instead of my belly expanding and my rib cage tipping back up like that, which 95% of you do with every breath, even if you're bent over like this, that rib cage tips up on every inhale. If you could actually anchor the front down and keep the back lifted and keep it down and back in the torso, when you breathe in, you have massive rib cage expansion, sideways, back ways, front ways, full ways, and that's what we're looking for. So a true diaphragmatic breath, for it to be more than a diaphragmatic contraction, a true diaphragmatic breath requires that you pin that rib cage down and back with the use of that deep abdominal wall as a primary player, and you keep it there on inhale and exhale. So basically you're using your deep abs to gently contract as you inhale. They're also gently contracting to help you get the air out. So there's sort of an eccentric and concentric contraction to the abdominal wall, right? I mean, if you think about it, just like when I do a deadlift, for example, my glutes lower me and raise me. It's the same muscle that brings me down, that brings me back up. In respiration, it's the same for the abdominal wall. They help, when they contract concentrically, they help you to expel the air. And then when you re-inhale, they have an eccentric balanced contraction that helps control the diaphragm from sort of over-contracting or over unbalancing the body and pulling you and making you completely unstable. It's a concept I call structural respiration, keeping yourself together as you breathe, which is imperative. So a true diaphragmatic breath is a breath that also not only just fills you parasympathetically and helps in sort of a meditative way, but a true diaphragmatic breath is also a structural breath. It also keeps you balanced and inflated correctly and structurally integrated with structural integrity through all of your 23 to 25, however many thousand breaths that we estimate people take every day. So I want you to think about that. I want you to realize it's not just a belly breath, but that's kind of the beginning. Okay? And you can watch some of my safe videos and some of these other things that I have put out there to try and teach you to anchor and connect your abdominal wall correctly so that you can breathe. Safe level 2 is a real lesson in that, in bringing you together, showing you how to hold yourself together, and then showing you how to inhale. Because that series is basically all about, you've got to learn to pull your body together and stabilize it again dynamically. So we've got to be able to breathe and walk. And to use our abdominal wall correctly for good diaphragmatic breathing is critical. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me, JoshLebeau.com. I love to hear from you. Good luck.